Kept you waiting, huh? Yeah, I have some unfinished business I need to take care of in the form of 2 loose ends from a certain marathon from a little while back. So before I can move on to anything else I might want to take a look at, I really should take care of this stuff first. This episode's going to be a little bit special, you know, festive, Christmas and all that, but really it's special because I've actually never played the game that I'm going to be reviewing today. It's going to be completely blind. I have never played Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. See, I'm much more familiar with the DS version because that's the one I grew up with, which coincidentally was a Christmas present, so really wraps a little nice bow on everything. But without any further delay or anything else like that, this is Yoshi's Island, straight from my Super Nintendo Classic. Alright, let's get going. So the game is like a prequel-sequel to the entire Mario series. Mario and Luigi are babies, and you play as Yoshi and his friends trying to help the poor kids out. After the stork carrying the brothers to their new family was attacked by Kamek and baby Luigi was stolen, it's up to baby Mario and the Yoshis to reunite the bros and put a stop to Kamek's pedophilic antics. Coming from Super Mario World to this game is like going from the NES to the Super Nintendo, in terms of graphics. It's really impressive what the Super Effects chip could do to games. It's been said hundreds of times, but the art style is very appealing, and the attention to detail in these backgrounds is very exquisite. Each world having its own style, despite still being on the island, is impressive. There's no grass, desert, or lava world, but instead some parts of the island are more open and sprawling, and others are more dense and compact or covered in foliage. Enough about the graphics though, because I already have my first complaint being the controls. I just don't know what it is, but for some reason, things aren't as tight and fluid as they were in Mario 3 or World. Yoshi feels kinda slippery and carries a lot of momentum with him, which is where his flutter jump can help you pick up the slack. However, even that feels bad. Every time I use it, I know that I should be able to go higher than I can. It looks like I should be able to make that jump, but I just can't. Though, I will say, jumping onto a bad guy, then getting all that extra height feels pretty good. But as for the general controls, maybe I am just bad and rusty, but it certainly feels slippery to me. Alright, with that out of the way, let's check out this level. No way! I didn't know this song was it's from this game? Considering all the YouTube animations I watched as a kid, Power Star notwithstanding, I had a bunch of stupid smiles on my face as I played through this game. Ooh, where have I seen that before? What about that? That looks familiar. Anyone that watched Super Mario Bros. Z as a kid will definitely remember this background. Back to the gameplay though, I will say that the lack of a run button is kind of jarring, especially since I had played the other real Mario games beforehand that all did have a run button. I also miss all the little cutscenes that happen between worlds, but I do enjoy these little short scenes of Yoshi destroying a castle. Something I gotta draw attention to is the soundtrack. It's so wonderful. I especially love the underground theme, it's very mysterious. The theme that plays in Fortress levels also reminds me of the Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time. Speaking of Fortress levels, this is when the game starts getting puzzly. Nothing too brain-scratching, but it deviates a bit from the standard platforming, but even the later levels get longer and will require you to scour the entire area for secrets or alternate routes. Something that separates Yoshi from the baby on his back is that Yoshi is kind of immortal. Unlike Mario, who dies in one hit if he's small, getting hit will knock baby Mario off your back, and you scramble to get him when a timer ticks down. Think of it like getting hit in Sonic and running to pick up your rings. Yoshi doesn't have health points, per se. Getting hit just stuns him for a bit. But if you do take too long to save Mario, he's taken away and you lose a life. You can prevent that from happening by collecting little star guys that pop up every now and then. These cute little dudes aren't the only pickups you can grab though. There's coins that will give you an extra life if you nab 100 of them, and scattered in every level are 20 hidden red coins and 5 flowers, along with ending the level with 30 star points will get you a perfect score of 100. Although, getting a high score does nothing except unlock some extra levels and give you bragging rights. Back to the differences though between this and the other games are the complete lack of power-ups. Yoshi's mechanics are the same from start to finish. All you have is your flutter jump and your ability to make and throw eggs. Although occasionally throughout the game, there are minor segments where Yoshi can transform into a mole robot, a helicopter, a car, or a submarine with the worst swimming controls I've ever played. There's a large variety of minigames here, but the end level ones let you gather all kinds of pick-me-ups, which I didn't understand at first, but if you pause the game, you can select these little cards that give you a boost, like giving you max eggs, revealing secret red coins, or giving you more star points. The music that plays at the end is so triumphant too. I can't stress enough how great the soundtrack is. That goes double for the bosses, and there's 2 in each world, a mini castle at the halfway point and a fortress at the end. The first boss theme is playful and exciting. It really gets you in a fighting mood, while the big boss theme is very dramatic and moody. These bosses are also great. I love Bert the Bashful, the slime dude, the big boo, the potted plant ghost named Roger, which is really funny to me how he has such a normal name, and Prince Froggy, who eats you after Kamek shrinks you with his magic. The look on Yoshi's face really says it all. Oh right, how could I forget? This was the game to introduce Kamek, Bowser's loving worrywart father. But here, he's just so weird. Stuff he says is so creepy and bizarre that at first I thought my Super Nintendo Classic was bugged, but no, he really just says all that stuff. It's never explained why Kamek wants to kidnap the Mario babies, other than he just wants to. Genuinely, I might have missed something here, but the plot is very simplistic. With that over with, let's move on to the next world. So that's what atheists see when they wake up every day. Get away from my kid, you pedophile of a primate! The only Jungle Book you're gonna be reading is your obituaries, you mad monkey! Why do so many people want to steal Baby Mario anyway? Kamek, monkeys, tribal shy guys, these bandit creatures, and of course, toadies. What kind of island is this where there's a kidnapper on every corner? Also, what's going on here? I think he suffers enough just being alive. No real point in killing him. This game is pretty good so far and is making a lot of great first impressions, but some of these levels just go on and on, often having multiple checkpoints in each of them. To the game's credit though, each world introduces some sort of new gimmick to keep the levels fresh, but these also lead to some really annoying stinkers. I really hate this one too, the Cave of Harry the Hedgehog. He's so tiny that he blends in with a beautiful background art. This level also sucks because you have multiple paths that you gotta comb over to find some key that you can only get if you backtrack all the way at the start of the level. I hate that hedgehog! The boss of World 30 is pretty cool though, this giant piranha plant that really sells the dramatic opening of the big boss theme. Oh yeah, and I did figure out the trick to kill her in one hit. Overall, World 3 sucked, but hey look, World 4 has Goombas and Koopas! I like the way the Goombas wiggle their eyebrows. Come to think of it, I like a lot of the enemy designs here, especially these little pink dudes that just walk around all happy-like without a care in the world. The Shy Guys on stilts are adorable, and the strange lantern ghosts that pop out of pipes and make that one noise are a delight. World 4, however, does have this one level with the platforms that disappear after you jump on them, and the world's slowest balloons ever created. Not to mention how the small balloons, combined with the slippery controls, is a recipe for falling over and over again. That's pretty annoying, but not as annoying as the level where you ride these little platforms and the momentum makes your controls not respond right away. See? Why did I miss that jump? This mid-castle also betrayed my trust because the boss is one of those little guys that I like so much that I guess are called Milds? Milds? Jesus, what is this, a Reddit meetup? Get away from me! The level also starts with an, oh god, I don't want to die, I'm too young! Yeah, hope the dentist bill is huge. The big boss being a giant Koopa Troopa is a neat twist given that the part of the island is infested with them. Something I greatly enjoy is that because the bosses are mostly normal enemies that Kamek makes giant, it implies that these elaborate dungeons are all manned by a bunch of really non-threatening normal people before they're turned into monsters. Okay, so World 4 is done and over with, and despite my grievances, I'm really having a lot of fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself so far, and hedgehogs notwithstanding. There has yet to be a single level that has made me just, put down the controller completely and just stop the game out of frustration. The game has sincerely charmed me with its colorful and detailed visuals, the delightful soundtrack, the varied level design, and my innate desire to kick Kamek's ass. Oddly enough, something that's a drive that pushes me to keep playing is the map screen itself. Every time you progress into a new world, I notice that new instruments get added into the main melody, so what starts off as rather bare and basic becomes full of energy. World 5 is great, and starting off, it already seems like it's my favorite world in the whole game. We're climbing higher and higher on the peaks of Yoshi's Island, and it's starting to snow! This is the perfect Christmas special. You can't imagine how big my smile was when I stepped into the hut and came out in ski gear, with even Baby Mario getting a cute little hat. I have no complaints about the first 4 levels. They're all fun, a fair challenge, and just a blast to play through. The next 4 levels kinda suck though, and really become hell with more birds, balloons, bombs, and unresponsive, fast-moving platforms than you can shake a stick at. But hey, look! These birds look like Raphael the Raven from the original Paper Mario. Oh, wait, he's the boss of this world? I had no idea he originated from this game. This is a surprise. His boss fight is pretty fun, with him launching you onto the moon itself. Clearly, he's the most powerful character. After defeating that big bird and freeing the entire island, I guess what happens here is that Yoshi goes through a portal or something and ends up in the Koopa Kingdom. Welcome to World 6. I hope you like the underground theme because you'll be hearing it a lot. The first 4 levels are fine. I really like the creepy atmosphere with all the skeletons and ghosts. Level 2 is annoying because I can't stand bandits, and level 3 isn't difficult, but it's easy to die if that makes sense. The mini castle is probably the worst level in the game. It's a giant maze of semi-3D pipes and stones that remind me of the art style of Super Mario RPG. Aside from the surprise reappearance of Salvo the Slime, this castle has almost nothing redeemable about it. The boss is a giant tap-tap with Kamek looking oh so worried that I made it this far. Joke's on you, old man, I've been playing Breakout since I was 5! What follows are the most tedious and boring levels I can think of. The very long cave and the deep underground maze truly hold up to their names. If you weren't already sick of the underground theme, you're gonna hate it now. You can mute the TV and rip out your ears, but you'll still hear it in your head. After that, we have Keep Moving, where the chain chomp from earlier found access to a very fast and reliable dentist. And finally, we have King Bowser's Castle. The level starts with you flying in via helicopter before making you choose a random door. I see Bowser never got over his multiple choice phase. After whatever random door you get, I happen to be chased by a giant tap-tap myself, you go through another auto-scroller where you dodge Kamek, and finally, you fight Baby Bowser. He isn't difficult, just act like a child and copy what he does and you'll win. However, the fight isn't over yet, as horrified and real talking Kamek appears and supersizes the prince, and then... Whoa. I've heard the song uploaded on YouTube and I knew what the final boss would be already, but playing it for the first time? It's really something else, let me tell you. The stress I was put under trying to aim those giant eggs with this new perspective, watching Bowser slowly creep closer and closer to me, all while keeping my balance on these small blocks, was enormous. But after one too many close calls, I finally beat him, with Kamek boasting that one day they shall return. The day is saved, and Baby Mario is reunited with Baby Luigi. Yoshi frees the stork, and the brothers are delivered to their mom and dad. I don't know if it's the music or the animation, but something about this scene can really trigger your waterworks. But that's the game. There's nothing else to do other than try to get a perfect score on every level to unlock those bonus stages, but there's no way I'll bother with that. The game is pretty great. I'm glad I finally decided to sit down and play it for myself, and I'm glad you're all here with me. I think you've got a real gem worth playing. With this game done and over with, the last thing I need to do to put a bow on this Mario Marathon Epilogue is to dive into Super Mario RPG, which works perfectly fine for me. I loved playing that game when I was younger, but it has been a few years since I've taken the time to play it from start to finish. So won't you join me for whenever that comes out? It is an RPG, so this will take a little longer to play through and write notes on, so I thank you for your patience in advance.